Smash that limiter!
Hello, how's it going, everybody?
Hello, everyone. How are you?
Welcome. It's been a hot minute, that's for sure.
It
Bloody
has,
hell.
yes.
It's been nearly a month since we were on last.
We've been very busy.
Very, very busy. So to fill you in what's happened, I got married. I then had a little bit of couple of days break. Then I went on my honeymoon and it was fucking sick.
Yeah.
A lot of things have happened in between the last podcast and that. At the moment I'm also in the Discord I'm going to share some photos with everybody. Don't worry, there's no faces or anything like that on it because I'm really about protecting my identity in terms of
well, you
Ray's
don't even
identity,
live in that area anyway, so what are you even worried about?
Yeah, I know, but Ray is more.
Hey, where I live has hills. Actually, yeah, it has hills. The country I live in has hills. I can't imagine that.
I know, right? Well, yeah, it's mainly because Ray's identity online's hidden, so
yes,
yeah. Obviously, because she used to be quite up there in the views on the old Twitch thing.
The old Twitch, yes.
Until she decided to get a job and make an actual income that actually gives you a solid income. Sorry, Twitch people, but you don't make that much money if you don't making it big already. I mean, not saying, don't go follow your dreams, but it's a finite resource that it doesn't guarantee you money is what I'm getting at. So, just keep that in mind. Sometimes a 9-to-5 job is way more cost effective. You certainly make more money.
To a certain, no. It's everything is a race between you and the utility company. So if you can make your dreams work, then
fucking oath. Yeah.
Go for it.
Fucking oath. That was so I'll fill you in. Me and Spliffy met in person for the first time. And we had a lot of fun.
We did.
I showed you around.
Yes.
Hey, Punky Wog, how's it going?
Hello, Punky Wog.
I'm glad that you tuned in. It's been a while. Okay, so I showed Spliffy around. I took him a little bit of full driving, took him to some beaches. The weather was kind of shit.
The first couple of days was good. It was nice and sunny, and then around about half of the time it was overcast or just raining.
Yeah. Yeah, and the wedding, it rained on the wedding, but that's all right because we had planned for it, so we ended up doing the ceremony inside. And it was like, I know it's my own wedding, so of course I'm going to be biased, but it was a really lovely wedding.
No, it was great. I really liked it. I liked being there. Yeah,
it was small. It was intimate. There was only like 30, less than 40 people there. We had hired a bus to ferry people home. I mean, everything's in walking distance, but it was raining, so and that was actually kind of funny though. So the bus driver who was willing to help us out and do it, shout out to him, he's a legend. Fucking small world it is. He used to work with my dad. So like apparently like before we got there, Spliffy, they came across to that. Hang on a minute, are you such and such? And he's like, yeah, you're such and such, aren't you? And like, you used to work for this bus company. He's like, yeah. And it's like, hey, how's it going? Like, and then they hit it off, and it was really good because I was really worried about my old man not sort of fitting in or having good conversations.
Zero problems there.
Yeah. So that worked out really well. So they were able to catch up. It was really lovely. Me and Ray opted out to not go spend 2 hours to get photos done, like a lot of people in a lot of weddings do. They usually will go out and they'll spend like 2 hours taking photos and stuff. We said, nah, let's just do small photos out. because you don't need 2 hours worth of photos. Like it's just
No,
and then
that's a lot of work.
It is. It's a lot of work for the photographer, which you're obviously paying for. And then it's a lot of work for the bride and groom who's just had this massive, like, and it's crazy. The amount of shit that goes through your mind before you get to the ceremony, worrying everything's not going to go right. And then you get to the ceremony and then you're like, oh, like all eyes on you. It's a surreal situation. I had a lot going through and then, and then obviously when I saw Ray, it was, everything sort of,
oh yeah, everything got really emotional.
Yeah, it did. It was really hard not to cry. But it was lovely. I loved it. We went for the private vows, which I'm really glad we did. So then that way I could keep my vows me, and I didn't have to sort of write my vows not so me, because otherwise people in the guests would not understand it, because it's. I mean, you would understand because you read them, but. But yeah, they wouldn't know. They're not from my world. A lot of the people.
Yes.
But yeah, it was really lovely. Yeah, it was good. And I also liked that when we did sit down to eat, they had the lights off for us, which was nice.
Yeah, it was nice.
So like the way it worked, so you got your normal tables. There was tables of 7. And Ray and I had orchestrated the tables and mapped out so everyone has someone to talk to and someone new to meet, and it worked really well. And we told our wedding planner that everybody on the bridal parties we're autistic, right? It's just put it bluntly. We're all, so they basically had us in a dark area to sort of calm us down a bit, because everything's, the bridal party has like the biggest things to do. Everyone else just got to turn up and enjoy themselves. We have to do ceremonies and all this sort of shit.
We had responsibilities.
And stress and stuff. So it was nice to eat in quietness with low lighting and just people watch. It was quite relaxing. So, and everyone was like, apparently all the other guests were looking, I was like, why is it so dark on them? It's like, yeah, it was intentional, I think. And then after dinner we did our vows, and that was when I did actually cry. And then of happiness, of course. And then we partied, and we did the Eagle Rock, and I joined in on dropping my pants on that one, which I was really surprised that I did that. It's something I don't normally do.
No, I didn't even notice it. I don't know what the hell I was doing.
I don't know. It was funny because my old man, he was struggling to get his pants back up.
Oh.
But no, it was good. Which because those who are tuning in from elsewhere in the world, in the state we're in, and you're probably going to guess. I mean, I've said it many times. I've slipped it up, but we live in South Australia. There's a tradition in South Australia, and it's only a South Australian thing, that when Eagle Rock plays at a party, the guys drop their pants and they sing Eagle Rock with their pants down. I don't know why. I don't normally do it.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, it's only a South Australian thing. And and that's just what they do here. And so I finally joined in the fun. And yeah, it was also really weird because like I was constantly fucking drinking. Like there was never a time I didn't have a drink in my hand, and not once until after we got those rounds of shots that I started feeling drunk. And then like I shit you not.
Then it hit you.
Yeah, I felt, I'm starting to get good. And then look at the time. It's like coming up to 11. I'm like, I'm cutting myself off.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was drinking all night and I never was drunk. And then the next morning, sober, was not hungover or anything. It was fucking weird. Mind you, me and Ray did drink 2 liters of water, like from 11 afterwards between ourselves. So that helped a lot. But yeah, it was weird. Like I just couldn't get drunk. There was so much going on that I couldn't not focus on getting drunk. It was weird. It was a weird sensation, and considering that I'm a lightweight, it was very odd. But I enjoyed it nonetheless. I'm glad I didn't get shit faced, because that's usually when you don't have as much a good time, because then you know, stumbling around and you don't remember things and all that sort of shit. But yeah, it just went so quick.
Yeah.
And then yeah, after that we just chilled for a few days. Did bits and pieces here and there. Took you down for about an hour's drive. See some beautiful beaches and coastline.
Yes, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, almost watch you get fucking taken away by a wave.
Oh yeah, that was. I had my camcorder. I'm like, oh, I want to get on that rock and record some waves like crashing onto a rock, and then they're like just splashing up like almost like on a vertical wall. I really wanted to get some shots of that. So I was there for about 5 or 10 minutes, just you know, panning back and forth with just following these waves until I crashed on these rocks and created this massive splash. And so I got I got a couple of shots, and then more waves and more intense looking waves started coming. I was like, fuck, okay, maybe a couple of more, and I just kept going back and forth with that. I think I was there for about 10 minutes. And I thought, okay, time to get back.
Yeah, they
and
were
then
starting to come in pretty hard.
yeah, yeah. And then I'm on my way back to you guys on the other side of the beach. I thought to myself, you know, it'd be a really dumb idea is if I recorded myself, if I recorded, if I'm running parallel to the waves, but I've got my camcorder recording the ocean. I wonder if I can sort of get like a neat little action shot of me running perpendicular to the waves. I don't. I haven't looked at the footage yet. Admittedly, I've been really busy.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
But I think it turned out well. I did nearly get fucking taken out by the waves though, because there were a couple of times where the water definitely threatened to run over and into my boots.
Yeah, it can get hairy in that spot. That's where the surfers hang around, is around that side.
Yeah, right.
But
I can see why.
Yeah, it's quite wavy in that, but it's also got reef all through there as well, so it's kind of a bit dangerous. But anyway,
yeah.
And then yeah, and you did two stupid things.
What did I do?
On your way here and on your way home.
Oh, that.
Yeah. What you don't fucking do is drive over the first, when you came here, you drove from Victoria, like north of Melbourne, like in the hills.
Yeah, I was about an hour and a half north of Melbourne.
Night.
Yeah.
Getting here, 1 o'clock in the morning?
1:30 in the morning.
1:30 in the morning, because I get up, to get ready to go for work, and then Ray's just like, have you heard from Spliffy? And I'm like, no, I haven't. But notification wasn't on my phone, so I didn't see anything.
Yeah.
And then she comes back and she goes, because I was editing a video that I recorded. And that was that video where it was like the common problems with D40. Anyway,
yeah.
And she goes, he's fucking here. And I'm like, what? So you drove that morning, the day before that morning, and then you got here fucking 1:30 in the morning. That's 17 hours of constant driving.
17 and a half hours. I mean, it wasn't constant. It wasn't constant driving. I took breaks like every
you did
2 to 5 hours.
Yeah, you did drive. Yeah, you did drive here. Then on your way home, you did the same thing, but obviously you live in New South Wales and you live quite a fair way, like over 2,000 kilometers way.
Yes.
And you drove all that in 20 hours.
26 hours.
26 hours.
Yes. So
no, you didn't drive more than 24 hours though.
Let me explain. Let me walk you through it.
Yeah.
So 6:30, I leave yours.
Yeah.
And I hit the road. I'm driving down. I keep driving, and I get to about 12 hours of more or less solid driving.
Yeah.
I've had a couple of breaks and whatnot, and then I think I'm just gonna pull over onto this truck stop.
Yeah.
And then just maybe have a bit of a nap. And then I found myself just not being able to nap at all. I can't even close my eyes for more than a second. As soon as I close my eyes, I'd like sort of panic and I can't stay asleep. So I thought, screw it. I'd rather I'd rather just instead of doing 110, I'd rather just do 80 and make slow progress rather than no progress. So I kept going. So 3 hours later, I'm driving behind a truck.
Yeah.
I'm about 15 hours into this drive now. So I'm very behind a truck. I remember it very vividly, ironically enough. I was veering around a corner to the left.
Yeah.
And when I'm turning, it feels like the car is sliding to the right, even though it's got full grip on the road. It's not going anywhere other than where I'm turning, but I'm getting this motion sort of like, oh boy. And then I very, very audibly hear my brain go, "Meow." And I'm like, uh-oh. I've got like 5 or 10 minutes left in the can before I'm falling asleep, regardless of whether I want to or not.
Yeah.
So I think, okay, fine. Next truck stop, we'll just stop there and just fall asleep there because I don't think I'm gonna have much of a choice. So where I stopped was basically perfect. It's the only kind of situation that I'm willing to stop at. It's a petrol station where you can get a coffee, you can get food, and there are actual trucks that are stopped and sleeping there as well.
Yeah.
Those were the situation. That was the criteria for getting me to stop. If any of those missing, I was just not willing to stop. So I get out, go to the toilet, come back in the car, grab a pillow, pull my seat back, and then sort of find a more or less comfortable position and drift off to sleep for about 4 hours.
Yeah.
And then I wake up. It's about 4 o'clock in the morning, and I think, okay, I'm probably as rested as I want to be because I want to get home by about 8 o'clock,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
works for me. So I go get a coffee, I go to the toilet, get back in the car, and I go drive off. And I'm driving through all these towns. Some of them are consisting of just a petrol station and a house next to it.
Yeah.
It's just out in the middle of nowhere. Which, by the way, I now understand the definition of the middle of nowhere, where you have farms, massive paddocks, lots of crops, and literally no fences. It's like they're just not even concerned about people stealing their stuff because it's just no one will go there, and they're probably correct.
Yeah.
But regardless, I'm going through all of these really small towns, all these somewhat larger towns, and then like pitch black darkness and whatnot. But I'm keep going, and then I eventually reach the Hume Highway. At this point, it's about it's light out. I've hit the Hume Highway and I'm heading on home, and then I eventually make it back by 8 o'clock in the morning or 8:30 in the morning. So I started my journey at 6:30 in the morning and got home at about 8:30 in the morning the next morning.
Yeah, you're right. That is 26 hours. Fuck.
26 hours.
Yeah, 26 hours of driving and breaks and stuff. That's a long trek to do in one fucking. I mean, it's obviously
I
doable
really
if
enjoyed
you're
it.
careful, but yeah.
Yes,
no,
I
it's
actually
good.
really enjoyed it. You want to get more upset with me?
What?
I had 3 hours of sleep the night before.
That's always fucking. Yeah. Every time I drive back to the city, man, fuck me. I never sleep right the next
Yeah,
day.
neither. I just didn't want to sleep for some reason. I thought, I just want to get this road. I just want to get this road.
Just want to get over and
road
done
trip
with.
started.
Yeah, nah. Like, because I've been wanting to do a trip to Perth.
Oh yeah,
and that's further than where you live as well.
Yes,
that's like 3,000.
It's a little over.
Away.
Yeah, it's if I was 3, to do that, it would be a little over double what I did to get to your place.
Mm-hmm. It's like 2 days. 2 days of constant driving. But yeah, no, I'd love to do it. I'd love to also go up north of WA, up like Ningaloo Reef and Broome and that. I'd love to do that. I'd like to go to Darwin. It would be cool to do a trip where I go across to Perth and then go up and then go across to Darwin and then back down.
That'd be interesting.
That'd be a cool trip. Very long trip. I don't think I'd be able to do it because time wouldn't really work. Oh, that's awesome.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, go to Queensland. It's beautiful up there. The only thing I don't like about Queensland is the some of the laws are a bit shit, but other than that, that's just a I did that to refocus the camera because the camera was getting blurry. Yeah, Queensland is good. Now, let's talk about my honeymoon because I've been
Let's talk about
dying
your
to share it.
honeymoon.
So I did.
I hope I wish you good luck
Brisbane.
with looking for homes in Brisbane, man.
Yeah, they're expensive.
Mm.
So we did our honeymoon in Hamilton Island. And holy shit, that place is breathtaking. Definitely recommend going there. I'll share some photos. Give me a sec. Just gotta go internet. Gotta change to. Hang on a minute.
You just got to change it.
Just gotta think. Hang on a minute. That one. Here we go. Sweet. Okay, so this is the view. So we stayed at a place called the Beach Club. Highly recommend it. The service is next level. I've never been anywhere so fancy before. This is our view from our bedroom, and as you can see, breathtaking views. This is in the afternoon, obviously, with the sunset. Or no, this is sunrise. Actually, sunrise. This is in the morning. Hang on. That's the bedroom, and yeah, that's the view. That's when we got there. So that's what we were welcome to, and it was absolutely breathtaking. This is on One Tree Hill. So the story is, right, so the guy that turned Hamilton Island into a resort, he built the resort. He bought it for 100 and I could be wrong, but I think it was like $180,000 in the 70s or something like that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess that is a bit expensive in the 70s, but still, holy crap! Imagine buying that for that much now.
Yeah, he sold it for 10 mil. Anyway, so he made a
good return on investment.
He made a pretty good return, yeah. So way it worked, he was a pretty smart and apparently was a bit of a fucking unit. Like he was pretty clever and like pretty on the cheek sort of type of bloke. Anyway, so the regulations was in. I'll see if I can show a photo. That's on One Tree Hills bar. So there's a cocktail bar. And that's the view from it. It's absolutely beautiful, as you can see. This is on the Boomies. I don't know. It's a high-end restaurant that the owners built. And it's got bits of their like racing sailboat on it and stuff. And the roof is the shape of a manta ray. It looks really cool. Bommy is what it's called. That's just a panoramic shot. See this little guy here? These little wallabies, they're all on the island. They're really cool. They have a really long face. And they're just everywhere on the island. They're relatively friendly. They don't like to go up to you, but they're okay with you being around them.
By the long face, fella.
This is a really expensive yacht, the most expensive yacht that was there on the island and the biggest. It's quite intimidating being around it because it makes scary noises when it comes in and out of dock. It's $80,000 to charter that for a week.
Far.
We looked into it, yeah.
Wow.
And that's not even that expensive. That's actually cheaper than I thought it was going to be because there's another boat. I don't have a picture of it, but it's the fastest yacht there is in the dock, and it can do up to 45 knots, which is quite fast for a big boat. And we watched it come in when we did on the last day we were there. We did a quick tour, which is where you got to go on like a glass bottom boat, so we can go on the reef and look at the reef in a boat. And he was following behind us, and this fin bookies, like this thing is like half the size of this boat, so the nose would come to about here, and it's about this size, so it doesn't have like these two top decks, but about this size, about that tall. And this thing was fucking up like that, just jetting through. I was watching it drive past jet skis and everything, like how fast this thing was traveling. And they were saying that cost $20,000 a day.
Oh,
to charter that. That's
holy
fucking
crap.
Crazy. Yeah, some rich people.
Oh, wow.
Me and Ray was sitting up there and watching the boat and watching the staff on the boat, and they had this family on there that, fuck me, the kids were feral. Like, I felt so sorry for that stewardess, like the steward. She was struggling really hard with these 4 kids that were just fucking running amok, and they ran on the seats here in front of the boat. And they like grabbed a stick. I don't know what the fuck it was for, but they started like running around, like trying to like almost like banging on the boat. And she was like, "Oh my god, like don't bang the boat, please! Like,
Oh no!
please don't call
Oh,
thousands
she
of
was
dollars."
in for a bad day.
Yeah, and they just weren't listening. No running amok, and I was just like, me and Ray just looking at each other, looking at them like fucking ferals. And
Yeah.
this is the thing: rich people need to fucking be accountable for their children. It pisses me off. Anyway, and this is Whitehaven Beach. So this is like a 6 kilometer long, 99% silica beach, which means the sand's like really soft. When you play with it, it's almost like playing with kinetic sand. It's really soft,
Yeah.
but really compact. Like when I was walking through the sand, I thought it was going to be like the sand here, and the sand here is quite soft. I actually think the sand here is better. And yeah, this is a pure white sand, but like it's really compact. So when you walk on it, it's quite uncomfortable to walk on. I was really surprised by it, to be honest. But yeah, so that island there is the Whitsunday Island, which is the biggest island. And Whitehaven Beach is on the other side. And that's the island why they call it the Whitsundays. So there's like 72 islands that surround Whitsunday Island, and yeah. And then there's Dent Island, which is another island that you can go to across from Hamilton, and that is a golf course. And it was built by the owner for an anniversary present for his wife. Spent 85 mil to build it, and it was a present.
Far out.
Yeah, it's crazy to have that sort of money and do that, eh?
Yeah, I couldn't even imagine that kind of money.
We didn't get to go, but next time I go back, because I definitely want to go back.
Yeah,
100% want to go on that golf course just to do the tour around the island and then eat there, because apparently all the staff were saying it's the best place, one of the best places to eat on the island. So, and the food was amazing. Like, it was expensive. Like, you're looking at like between 2 of us, it was like $200 to $300 a night.
Whoa,
on food and drinks. Yeah. But you know, we ate and drank lavishly, because you know that's why we saved our pennies to do it all and all that sort of stuff. So it was really, really good. Definitely loved the weather there. We're in the water. I learned to sail. On where's the boat picture? You can see it there. These catamarans here. So part of staying in the beach club is you have free access to the snorkels, kayaks, paddleboards, catamarans, and even windsurfing, windsurfing. But the windsurfing, there's a restriction on it though, that only experienced people are allowed to use them, which is fair enough. It's quite, because he was saying it's quite dangerous, so only experienced people can have it. But the catamarans, the caveat to catamarans is you have to do a lesson with them,
right?
where they teach you how to sail. It's like $25. It's really not that big of a deal. I did it by myself. I didn't like sailing. I tried it.
Wasn't your thing?
Didn't like it. Nah. Like, I was able to go all the way out there and then come back. But the problem was, this is where people piss me off, is so there's kayaks everywhere because everyone's on a kayak, and there's shit kayaks too because they're the sitter ones and there's no back support when you're out, because I did get one, and it really hurts my back, and like they're designed for kids as well, so like you don't get that optimum area for your feet to rest, so you're constantly straining your muscles while you're paddling. It's not comfortable. I did not like it at all. Anyway, so I'm sailing along, and then I end up being fucking cornered up by all these kayakers that were too busy chasing the turtles, which that was annoying for me as well, as like how people would just surround the turtles. Anyway, And then like this fucking woman, her friend's like, "Oh, you need to move out the way. There's a catamaran coming towards you," and I'm in the catamaran and I'm by myself, and I'm sailing along, and I'm finally getting fucking the wind because the wind wasn't very strong. And she's like, "Oh, he'll move out of my way," and I'm like, I mean, I can, but I can't stop. Like, you need to move out of my way. You're the one that's able to move in any direction. I can only move in one direction. That's towards the fucking. That's that way. Like, so then she wouldn't move. So I'm like, fine, I'll go in between you. So I turn the cat, and I go in between the two groups, like of kayakers. Then the wind stops, and I get stuck. And then like I get the guys who's watching all of us on the boat comes out in the rubber ducky, and he's like, and he comes out on the dinghy, and he's like, "Oh, you need to go more that way." And I said, "I can't. I have no wind. The sail's dead." And he's like, "Oh, have you tried?" I'm like, "Yeah, I've tried everything. There's no wind here." And he's like, "Oh," and then he just leaves me.
Oh.
And I'm like, fucking. So what I'm at this stage, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to use the current to move me. So I'm because the current comes in across and then goes out that way. So then I sort of angled the boat in a way to go towards the cliff. So then the current can sort of slingshot me back out into the wind.
Right.
And it did work. And I was getting some traction, and then a fucking kayaker did it again.
Oh.
And then I had to move out their way because they wouldn't move it for me, and then yeah, I lost wind again, and then I got stuck. This time there was no current take me because I was dead in the water. I wasn't in the current anymore, so it was like, fuck's sake. And then another, they changed over the guy that was in the thingy, and he comes out and he goes, "You're having not much luck over here." And I said, "No, I'm having issues with certain people blocking me." And he's like, "Yeah, they're fucking annoying, aren't they?" He's like, "Try fucking dealing with them 24/7." I'm like, "Yeah." And then he pulls me along, and then I get in the wind. And then at this stage, I'm just sitting here, and then I saw the turtle come up, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool." And I was just like, sailing around, like giving it a wide berth and whatnot. And then I went back down. And then I was coming back into shore. I'm like, I've had enough of this. I'm a little bit bored because it's just me. Ray didn't want to come out on me. She didn't trust me. That's fair enough. Nah, she just enjoyed reading a book on the beach. And anyway, as I'm coming to shore, like I'm getting up some speed because he said get up some speed so that way you can get up on the beach, and then you don't have to work so hard dragging it back onto the beach. Cool. So I'm getting up some speed. I'm like, fuck yeah. All right, cool. I'm coming in, and I'm watching this woman in her own fucking world and her husband next to her. The husband looks at me, sees where I'm going to go, stops, talks to her. She's in her own fucking world and not listening. And he's just like shaking his head, looking at me, shaking his head. And it's like, you know, he's saying, and they're speaking different languages. He's like saying, you know, like, what are you doing? Like, that. She's just not listening. So I yelled out, I said, I would not go forward because I can't stop, and I will hit you if you keep going, and I'm not moving. And she's like, oh, and then she started like doing that, almost falls over, turns around, and then walks back to her husband, and her husband's just cracking up laughing. And then he must have called her an idiot or something because she just like gave a foul look. And he's just laughing at her. And then I come up the shore, and then I drag the boat in. And yeah, so it was good fun. But yeah, we got to see a couple of whales. The humpback whales are there at the moment. I got to swim with sea turtles. That was cool. Dive down and just swim around. I'm like, I gave myself probably 2 meters away from them. I didn't want to disturb them. I know they're chill and whatnot, but like I don't want them to feel that they're trapped. Because the thing with sea life that people forget is they can go fight or flight, and a sea turtle bite really hurts. When I went up to Queensland last on a family trip, we got to do a behind the scenes thing at a SeaWorld. Not SeaWorld, but at an aquarium type place. And it was in the Sunshine Coast. And I learned a lot about turtles doing that because they do turtle rescue there. And like, for example, like their shell, they can, if you touch their shell, like if you pat them, like they can feel it and they love it, especially you give them a good old scratch on the back. just like
Yeah.
scratching the back of a dog. They just arch their back up and they fucking love it. But they also fucking bite really hard too. And they had one there that was had a really strong personality, and certain people it wouldn't like. And it was pretty good with us, but there was someone else in the tour group that it just kept trying to bite him. And he gave the turtle like a fruit or something like that to show like, to give it a reward, but also like, show how strong its beak, and it just crunched it like nothing. Because you gotta remember that these creatures, like, they eat seaweed and shit like that, and they'll eat the seaweed from the coral, so they'll break the coral with their mouth. And when you hear them under the water, because they use their flippers, like the shoulder part, the flippers like this part here.
Yeah.
It's like not the shoulder, but like their elbow, and they'll like hunch in like that, and they just sit there and they'll eat for like 30 minutes underwater to an hour, depending on their mood, I guess. And you just hear them crunch and scrape. Like, that beak's quite strong, so I would not want to get bitten by one. And they are pretty fast when they get up and going. So, yeah, it's just give sea life space, because you don't know if it's venomous or aggressive. If you approach it in a certain way, it's just best to give it space. I wasn't able to come across a hawkbill turtle. I really wanted to see one, but didn't get a chance to come across one. So, but no, it was fucking amazing. Definitely recommend going there. Give yourself a week and balance between like activities and relaxing, because and you get that right balance is what we did. It was cool. And there's also heaps of curlews everywhere too. Curlews are cool. They're like a bird. They're a nocturnal bird, and they're pretty tall for a bird. Like, they got long, skinny legs, and I call them the ninjas of the night, because when they run, they run a little bit, stop, look around, run a little bit, stop, look around, run a little bit, stop, look around. Like, they're just fucking, and you can't hear them either. Because when we were at one of these restaurants, it was like a barbecue place. And there was one under a table, and didn't even fucking know it was there until I saw it run off into the bushes. And we're like, fuck.
Did you run after it?
No. Don't need to. They just run around you.
Oh.
Yeah, they're fucking heaps cool. And they just call all night, and their noise is just crazy. Once one goes, they all go. And they can fly too. They're not flightless. But yeah, they're a predatory bird. They go after like skinks, geckos, and lizards and stuff like that. But yeah, they're fucking. I'll see if I can show you what a curlew looks like. That's not a curlew.
Oh, curlew. I thought you said curl leaf.
Like curlew.
Curlew.
A bush stone curlew is what they're called. We get them here too, in South Australia. Yeah. You find them in the York Peninsula.
Oh, okay.
There we go. They're now there. They're just fun to watch.
Oh, right. I see.
Those eyes though, they stare into your soul. Hey, that's when they look at you. You
No.
almost get the feeling that they know what you're thinking. They're just
That's a government-funded bird if ever I've seen one.
Yeah, they just look at that face. Look at him. He's just like, I know what you're thinking. You come closer, and they'll be hell to pay. Like, they are just so cool. But they are so they do this is when they rest and they lay on the ground like that. So that way, when birds fly over, they don't see them.
It's almost like they're saying, "What the fuck did you say to me, you little bitch?"
Yeah, like that. Look at that. It's like, I'm gonna fuck you up. But yeah, they're quite entertaining birds. But they're everywhere on the island.
Right.
They did have a little wildlife park. I think it's a waste of money. It a good way to kill time, but it was a waste of money. There's not really anything there that I've never really seen before. But for a tourist international, it's probably a good place to go to.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, it was really, really fun. Did a cocktail class, learned how to make a proper margarita from a guy who has been in all the world's best cocktail bars working
Oh, really?
as a head cocktail. Yeah.
That'd be exciting.
He's was really, really passionate. He's from Spain.
Oh.
His name is Nico. He was pretty cool.
Tell me
Yeah.
you're from Spain without telling me you're from Spain.
I know. Yeah, no, it was great. It was great.
Yeah.
Very nice people.
Yeah.
It's weird because like it started off, it was just me and Ray, and we're like, oh fuck yeah, it's just us learning. And then these random people from Sydney joined us, and they were really nice, but you could tell that we're like from different worlds.
Yeah.
I think he was a tradie of some sort, but from the little nitpicks that he's given off, is his family's been quite well off, and same with his partner and her family. Just with how they present themselves and the fact they live in Sydney, and they've been to all these, like he's been to they've both been to Hamilton Island before and all this sort of stuff. Like it was just interesting. It's interesting, like mixing with people from all walks in life and mostly people from the upper class life, and sort of I don't know what it is, but they're really stupid. to put it bluntly, they just, I don't know. They have no idea about anything.
All they've had to do is to solve most of their problems in life is pay somebody else to deal with it.
Yeah, basically. That's what it comes across to me. There's like very little life experience in them and the way they operate. It's just, yeah, it's surreal. Like, don't get me wrong, you do come across the people that are quite comfortable, but they worked their ass off, and you can tell as soon as you talk to them, you can tell who they are. Like, if you meet someone, and this is through work, it's like actual working as well. You meet, so say for example, when I met the owner of one of the companies I worked for, talking to him was very different to talking to his son. Talking to his son was someone who is, you can tell, had a silver spoon all his life. You can tell that he's never had to struggle in anything really, that everything was solved for him. His father, on the other hand, when you talk to him, the one who built the company from nothing, who did all the background businesses, he was very, very different in the way he approaches things. One, because of experience, but two, because he knows just how other people would react as well, because he knows their situation, understands them. That makes sense? Because he's been in their shoes before, he knows how his workers would react to certain things. So then he, like, manages it, essentially, or works around it. Where his son, you can't relate to the guy. He's flying his fucking $1 million plane and spending thousands of dollars on his race cars and buying ridiculously expensive golf clubs and shit like that. Like, his wife is a fucking really successful woman as well, who basically is wealthy and didn't do anything to get anywhere in life either. Just got handed to them in a silver platter. Both of them got handed everything in a silver platter. It's just a whole different outlook of how things work. Definitely. Like, don't get me wrong, you do get, obviously, the other job that I work, the family around then, same thing. The father built the place up from scratch, and he was a really down-to-earth guy. But his kids, well, one of them was really lovely, and she was really down-to-earth, but they were still in the community. They weren't, like, separate. They weren't, like, this person lives in, like, Byron Bay or something like that, you know what I mean? Like, rich area, and then all his workers live in the shithole. With this family, like, they all lived in a Darrow area still. They probably had nice properties and nice houses and stuff, but they still lived in the shit with us all. So they still knew they still had the same crackheads to experience and all that sort of
Oh
shit.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
wonderful.
Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? They experienced the same stuff as us, but yeah, they had more financial stability. But you know, it's different. You know what I mean? But these, yeah, it's unreal. And it was interesting talking to the workers and stuff like that because they're all traveled from all over the place, and yeah, it's really fascinating. Another weird thing is they do tipping there, which is weird to me, but you know,
Yeah, I think tipping's becoming more and more common.
it shouldn't be. You're
Yeah,
not.
which is
You should not let. I will never tip in Australia. Reason being, I shouldn't have to. I'll be happy to give someone a reward for doing above and beyond, but that's between us as individuals. That's not like going to the company, because when you tip with an FOS machine, that tip doesn't go to them. Like that's
yeah,
not.
it does go to the company at the
It
end of
goes
the
to
day.
the company, yeah. So you're just paying more money than you don't need to when that person shouldn't need tips to survive. This isn't America. In Australia, they have an award and they have a minimum amount of money they have to be paid on that award, and the minimum amount of money on that award is designed to be livable. So if they aren't being paid a livable wage, they're not being paid the amount of money that fucking they need to be paid. I know why they do it, and it's to trip up the Americans. Because let's be honest, they're the only ones that would pay it.
The Americans, yeah.
The Americans, because they were just like, yeah, use 15%. Because that's like on the FPOS machine, the minimum was 15%. So if you're paying $300 and something a meal, that's 15% of that.
That's yeah, 15. Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot of money. Yeah, I'm not paying that. No.
It's like $45.
Yeah, I'm not paying $45 for you to do the job that you're being paid to do. It's not how Australia works. It's quite. I think it's offensive to ask for a tip and expect a tip in Australia.
Yeah.
If someone wants to, like I said, if someone wants to do it, like you've done a really fucking good job. I'm really, really happy with you. Here's some money. Here's a fucking bottle or something. You know what I mean? That sort of type of thing.
Yeah.
Thank you. Like that's fine. But when it comes to the business side of things, I think it's wrong. But I know why they do it, so they can get more money from the international people who just don't think about it. I know that we did tip one person because she did above and beyond job that she didn't have to do. That was the only thing. But yeah, you just got to watch it as well because they'll also tip themselves. If you're not careful, but you know, whatever, it's what it is. But that's not like on a $300 fucking meal.
Yeah, $300. That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money, yeah.
Just for one meal as well, because I mean, yeah,
like
but an extra $45.
Yeah, it is a 3-course meal though, so you know it's what you get for doing that sort of restaurant. You expect it.
Yeah,
but you do pay for the experience, and it was an experience. I was eating foods I never dreamed of eating. One, this chicken larb that we had, so you eat it on lettuce like a taco.
Right.
Delicious. And it was so good that I looked up a recipe and Ray and I made it last night, and fuck, it was good. We did stuff it up though. We've got to put the toasted, grounded up rice in with the larb. But it still tasted good without it. And we could only eat one each. It was weird. It was so filling. Yeah, we made
good.
three each, and we could only eat one. So that's what I'm gonna have for lunch today. And we still got more for dinner. It was you can make quite a lot with it. It was really good. So yeah, it obviously expanded our horizons of food and how you like what sort of meals you can make.
Yeah.
So yeah, because Ray loves cooking really nice foods and she's really good at it. She's actually quite good at cooking. In another life, she could probably be a chef, to be honest.
Yeah, and then
yeah. What?
Sorry, when you said that, it made me remember the cream. Remember when you threw her cream out? And then you're like, just go buy some more. It's better anyway.
It was fucking watery. There was so much water in it.
Oh, yeah, because the condensation, because it was in the
I know.
fridge. Just mix it up. You didn't have to throw it out. And then say that it was shit anyway. Oh, fuck me. That was fucking funny.
Yeah,
I will never not think of that as fucking hilarious.
you can tell, like, it was funny because, like, so we're newlyweds, but like we've been together for like not too far off a decade.
Yeah.
And you can tell sometimes, and like when we're on our honeymoon and that, we were still acting like an old bicky couple, and like you see all these like young loving like couples and stuff like that. And they're all, like,
Yeah. The ones
lovey-dovey.
are in the ones that are in the new phase of being in a relationship.
Yeah, like, and then we've been together for quite a while, so we're quite, used to each other. And for example, like she was quite content on the beach reading her book, so I go and kayak. Like,
Yeah.
so you spent like good 2 hours just not even being near each other.
Yeah.
and then other people that are just like face fucking on the beach and all that sort of shit. Just, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just interesting.
Yikes.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. It's a romantic place. Don't have a problem with people doing that.
Okay.
You can do what you do, you man.
All right.
I don't.
It's
Fucking...
not what I was expecting. I just like you just go there to eat and sleep and kayak.
Oh no, fucking people get really intimate there. There's nothing
Yeah,
wrong
right.
with that.
Yeah, fair enough.
As long as they're not fucking in front of the kids.
Okay, yes, that is a whole nother situation.
That is where the line is drawn. But yeah, no, it was really good. Now, change the subject.
Yes.
How fucking funny is that kiss cam at Coldplay?
Oh, for fuck's sake! I honestly, when I first saw it on Reddit, I just thought like, oh, you get a couple of people, and they're just holding hands and whatnot, or like holding each other, and then they're just sort of like dismissing each other. They're sort of like frantically trying to break themselves up from each other. At first, I thought, oh, it's just a really awkward situation. But then later, it became the revelation came later. I was like, oh, that's actually really bad.
Did you see he tried blaming Coldplay for it? That he's blaming
What?
Coldplay for destroying his life.
No,
Yeah,
that was actively him who destroyed his own life.
Fucking,
Coldplay
they
didn't tell
did.
it.
Yeah. So.
Oh my god. Yeah, of course they fucking would.
So there's memes, and because he did that, now everyone's gone to town on him. Because I think he's going to try and sue. Open to Work.
You can.
Chris Martin exposed CEO's affair at Coldplay because
Oh wow, that is.
CEO calling camera, blah blah blah. I love the Lego one. My first affair. What's this one?
Oh, it's
oh my god. But yeah, he's
Imagine.
like he was blaming Coldplay for it and all that sort of shit. And it's like the wife watching this at home.
Oh no.
What does every summer fate chooses CEO for the sacrifice for its ritual? I don't know who the fuck that is, and I don't know
who the bottom left is.
It's killer whales. I don't get that, but anyway.
I don't understand that either.
I love it as well. Like, yeah, everyone's doing like the like mocking it, reenacting it in different. It's just funny how.
I think they've induced a little bit of their own Streisand effect.
Astronomers
had Astronomers CEO having an alleged affair with the company's chief police. That's not an alleged affair. You got evidence.
It's not alleged. I fucking hate it.
That's not allegedly.
It's caught red-handed.
That's not alleged.
It's caught red-handed.
Yeah. And the fact that they're suing Coldplay kind of reaffirms that.
Yeah, I think it's this one here. I want to acknowledge the moment that's been circulating online and the disappointment it's caused. What was supposed to be a night of music and joy turned into a deeply personal mistake playing out on a very public stage. Well, that's your fault for doing it very publicly. Sorry, but that's your fault. You're in literally the eyes of thousands and thousands of people. I want to sincerely apologize to my wife, my family, and the team.
Good luck with
they
that.
deserve better from me as a partner, as a father, as a leader. They deserve you probably to vacate the relationship, I think, and just have a roster of rotations with your children, I think. Just because you crossed that line. This is not who I want to be or how I want to represent the company. No, this is clearly what you want to be because you did it. I will agree that I will agree though. I will agree that the relationship between him and her has absolutely nothing to do with the company. All it was just they got intimate because their positions were close together. Obviously, they cheated because there's something going behind the scenes that neither of us know about. I won't judge them the fact that something caused this to happen. That people don't just fucking have an affair for no reason. It is not a good thing to do. It is not ethical in any fucking means necessary. I don't know their life. But what I will say is you did it publicly and you got caught. Own the mistake and just move on from it and then continue the rest. To be honest, I wouldn't even have fucking done a statement. It's not anyone else's business.
Yeah, it's like, fucking hell, this guy's just doing he's doing the whole
none of
PR
anyone's business.
stunt. You
should not. Fuck PR. Fuck public relationships. You don't need to worry about the public. Fuck the public. You got caught. You fucked up. Own it. Don't say anything to anybody else because it's not my business. It's not anyone's business. I think the reason why people are targeting you now is because you're reacting. If you don't react, hell, on the kiss cam, the way these guys did that, you know what you should have done? Just fucking stay together.
Just played it off.
If you played it off, I guaranteed it wouldn't have gone as big as it did. But because you, you got busted red-handed. Unfortunately, you kind of painted a target on your back.
That's the Streisand effect for you.
It's not Coldplay's fault. It's not the kiss cam person's fault. They're just doing their fucking job. It's both your fault. You're both to blame for this. You need to obviously work out your problems, but just keep it, private. Don't do the public thing. You don't have to fucking worry about cancel culture because cancel culture only exists if you give a fuck. If you don't give a fuck, then don't worry about it. Yeah. Your stock's not gonna go down because of this. I mean, no one's gonna give shit. It does not represent the company. Yeah, you're there probably for a business trip, but who gives a fuck? Honestly, your business is your business and not mine. I don't give a shit. But I'm still gonna laugh at you because you're in the public's eye. So that's just my right.
Yeah.
That's it. It's just my right. I'm allowed to have a joke about it, and I'll move on within a week and forget all about you because you're not that important to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just how life works. But anyway, I'll continue.
Unless you keep releasing statements, in which case there's more shit to go on about.
Yeah,
you're just prolonging it.
Just don't. It's private. It's got nothing to do with the company. The only time you release statements is, I don't know, your company had a tragedy where, a HOIP employees got sick of fucking something. I don't know. That's when you do public statements on behalf of the company. You do not do public statements to do with your private self because fuck everyone else's public opinion. And your PR guy who's probably told you to do this, tell him to shut the fuck up. He doesn't know what he's doing. No one gives a fuck. Really. Honestly, no one cares. They're just making a big deal about it because it's just fun.
Because it's funny. Yeah, it's funny it's fun because it's just like, oh, this guy fucked up.
Yeah, it's a little
really
bit
bad.
It's a little bit of a break from our mundane lives. Most of us can't even afford to go to a Coldplay concert, so fucking so they're the people that are carrying on. Anyway, this is not who I want to be, nor how I want to present my company. I help to build. I'm taking time to reflect and accountability and figure things out in the next steps personally and professionally. I ask for the privacy as I navigate this process. Again, if you want privacy, don't make a statement. I also want to express how troubling it is that what I should be... Here we go. This is a part where he fucked up. I also want to express how troubling it is that what should have been a private moment became a public without my consent. You are in a public place. That isn't private. It's public. There is a kiss camera who's paid to just go around and just look for different couples. You clearly you consent to that when you walk in the fucking door. I represent artists and entertainers, but I hope we can all think more deeply about the impact of turning someone else's life into a spectacle. That was you that did that, not him. As a friend once saying, lights will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you. Andy. That last thing was kind of fucking shit.
Yeah.
I have no idea what you want about, and I don't give a fuck. But that last bit there, dude, you should honestly, what you should have done is these 3 paragraphs and then cut out that 4th one, and you can have your weird ass fucking quote that makes no sense to anyone that isn't in the know. That would have been okay, but this whole bit here, you're trying to put the blame game. You're to blame and you're to blame. And it isn't alleged. It is clearly caught red-handed. Your hand is literally on her tits. You're literally holding her tits. That is an affair. You may not be kissing or doing anything like that crazy red-handed, but you're definitely being intimate, which is not alleged that is caught. I'm sorry. I don't care about the legal terms, but that is true. And if you sue the people responsible for the kiss cam and Coldplay and all that sort of stuff, you're a dickhead, and that's gonna really bite you in the ass.
I don't even think it's going to be able to get to court because it's probably just going to be laughed out of court.
And
I reckon the judge is going to throw it in the bin.
The people responsible for Coldplay have a lot more money than you do.
Probably, yeah, that is true.
No, they would. They have a lot more money than you would. Also, they would have public opinion on their side too.
Yeah, they're not. It's not going anywhere. I'm pretty sure having an affair is illegal as well. So it's just there at no angle is this guy in the right to sue them for literally any of this shit. It's just going to get laughed out of court.
I just hope, this is seriousness, right? You got caught red-handed. That's, that shit happens. It shouldn't happen, but it does. And I'm talking about the affair, not the getting caught red-handed. Getting caught red-handed is your fault. You just need to work out your shit, man. And so does she. They both need to work out this shit. Sort out what they need to do. Just do it privately. Don't do any public fucking PR crap. Just do it privately. Give it a week or two. Everyone will forget. It would just... The next thing will happen. It'll be a fucking dolphin bitch slapping a woman will be the next thing. Like, it'll be something like that. It would just be forgotten and then no one would care anymore. With these sorts of things, you just got to rate it out. You just got to own it and rate it out. You don't have to do a public apology. You don't owe anyone an apology.
You owe your wife and your kids.
Yeah, but I mean, like, public apology. But yeah, private apology between your family. Yeah. That's what you need to do. But shit happens. Things happen. I don't know your situation. That's all I can say about that. But the memes are fucking funny.
Yeah.
So
wow.
That on another like crazy note. Did you remember the story I was telling you about Buffalo Region School in America?
No.
Buffalo District School?
No.
How they got busted. This was a while ago, I told you this. They got busted for not calling police when kids were like needing medical help. People came into schools to kidnap kids and they didn't call for the police. Yeah, it's real.
No, I don't remember this at all.
Yeah, it's bad. Anyway, Unsubscribed podcast. So the guys that you've heard them before, I think you.
Yeah, so I was that with Donut Operator, that podcast?
Yeah, Donut Operator.
Okay, yeah, I did. I watched that podcast. I did watch that podcast.
So, they're being investigated. The fat electrician made a binder, so thoroughly he went full autistic on him, and
Oh,
good on
really?
him. Oh yeah, he fucking.
So who's been investigated? Is it the school or
There's
unsubscribed podcast?
Buffalo District School.
All right.
So they started so what happened was their friend, who's a cop that's involved in the Buffalo District School. He's the person. So his job is to catch pedophiles, like to do with school shootings. Like his job is protection of the vulnerable or something like that. So it's like kids and elderly and all that sort of stuff, disabled people, that sort of stuff. Anyway, and he's just had enough of like all these kids being sexually assaulted and their parents aren't even been fucking told about it.
Yeah.
At school. And he's tried to do it through his way and it just fuck it. So he's also a YouTuber as well. A really good one. And he decided he went on Unsubscribed podcast. He was a guest on the day, and he said, "Hey guys, this is before this wasn't scripted. Like he just said, "Hey guys, I have something I need to get off my chest. Is it okay if I do it? If you just let me do the first, I need to get this off." And they're like looking at each other like, "Yeah, sure." Like they didn't even know at that stage. So they went live, and then he just fucking let it all out. Everything that's been going on with the Buffalo District Schools, and they're like, because when you see that first episode, that's their actual first general responses are hearing what the fuck's going on. Anyway, so of course, they end up getting public outcry because they're quite. They have a big reach now. Those guys individually as well as a group, and Buffalo District Council, Buffalo. I keep fucking it up. Buffalo District Schools, then tried to basically threaten to sue them and basically tried to discredit the cop, tried to discredit them because they were drinking alcohol on the podcast, which is like shit. And basically doing the deny thing. And then everyone's like started looking under them on a microscope, and then they just kept fucking up while in public's eye. And they kept denying everything, and then more shit happened while it was happening. And they kept threatening to sue, and then that made Fat Electrician, go, fuck you, in refusing to change your ways and all sort of shit. So he made a binder of every fuck up they've done, dating back to the fucking 70s. That's how far back he went.
Holy shit!
He's got their phone records and everything.
Oh, they're screwed.
They are very screwed. And anyway, and so now they're under investigation. The lawyer sat down with him, and he printed out a binder, stapled it and everything, and gave him the binder, copy of a binder. So they've got everything now. Because they've also got the police side as well, because the police are on the side of... The police are backing that cop, because they've had enough. Because what they'll do is... What was happen is... Say there was this teacher that... in the binder, they've also got statements from teachers and that anonymously they're not public, because obviously...
Of course.
All the teachers in the school have signed a... like you're not allowed to talk about shit. It's really dodgy.
Yeah.
They're really, really dodgy. Anyway, and a teacher said, I had a kid out of peanut allergy. They would not let him, let the teacher call the fucking ambulance.
Fucking hell.
The school instead make the teachers call administration, and then administration call the parents and say the parents have to pick up the kid and take him to the hospital.
That's not how that should be. That's like literally the worst way to do it.
Yeah, it's fucked. And so that's the way it is. And so what would happen is when an incident happened, like for example, there was this crazy man broke into the school and was trying to fight the principal and kidnap kids. He was trying to kidnap kids. And the school was supposed to go into lockdown, but they didn't. They went into basically where the doors aren't all locked and they just have to just stay in their classrooms, but the doors aren't locked. So
Yeah.
they're not in a lockdown, so the person can still move around the school as much as they want. Because the idea of a lockdown during a school shooting or this instant of someone trying to fucking hurt kids and kidnap kids is you go into lockdown, so the children are safe, they're locked into rooms so the person can't get to them. And locking the person inside the building so then that when the police get there, they can kill on sight.
Right.
Because in these situations, the goal of the police in America is to kill on sight. They're not going to arrest you. They're going to kill you. Because they don't want to risk it. It's much easier to just shoot him than have him potentially get away and hurt someone or hurt them. So they just rather just shoot you. Which I agree with that. I'd much.
I mean, yeah. If you're gonna walk into a building with the intention of killing people, I mean, like,
Yeah.
get ready to be prepared to get killed yourself.
I'm going to be the first to say that a criminal's life is not valuable to me if they're willing to do that. Like, okay, if you rob a store or something like that and you don't hurt anyone, then yeah, you shouldn't be killed. But if you're fucking doing a school shooting or like trying to kidnap children for I don't know what reason, but you know what I mean, harm people like that, then yeah, fucking your life is worthless. The bullet's worth more than you. So, that's the way I look at it. So, but that's only a particular group of people. I'm not saying they're all like that, but definitely that's that group of people. Yeah, it's much better for taxpayers to just not have to pay for your existence in prison. But anyway, that's just my little take on that type of extreme criminal thing, but that's the goal of the police anyway. But they didn't do that for some stupid reason. And when they did call the police, they be so fucking vague that the reporter can't put it down a school shooting as a lockdown situation, like a stranger on premise assaulting people, that sort of thing. They put it down as other. So that way, statistically, the school. This is what it's all about. The school district doesn't want to have. They had 38 calls for assaults. Instead, they'd rather have 38 calls for other. So that's the thing. They care more about their public perception than they do about the safety of their children, and that's the problem.
And that's gonna bomb your public perception because it's not gonna. You're not gonna get away with that.
Exactly, it's fucked. Anyway, so now they're under investigation, and Fat Electrician said that on the podcast just recently, he's marked down a date for when someone's election is up, when the elections comes around, and he's put it in his calendar because he's been having a bit of back and forth with this dickhead, and he's like, when his election comes around, he's like, I'm going to destroy him. He thinks I'm going to forget in 3 years. I've saved in my calendar. No. He says, I'm going to fuck him up. and then Brendan Herrera's like, I got some people that from my political running days that I can help you with. Oh,
yeah, of course.
And then Fat Electrician's
I would love to know about this.
Fat Electrician's like, hit me up after, all right? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, he thinks I'm not serious. He's like, I'm serious. I've saved the dates. I'm gonna make sure he never fucking runs for anything ever again.
Wow.
So they've made some enemies. And they're fighting the good cause. The good cause is children's safety. That's what this is all about. They're fighting a bureaucratic system that cares more about their public perception than they do about the children's safety. And children's safety has been put up because of their ignorance and arrogance. So yeah, just that's a little update on that anyway. It's going to be exciting.
Far out.
Yeah. Exciting to watch as these people thinking that fucking shit's just going to go away for them. It's not.
No, it won't, because like that sort of stuff is like way too serious to just walk away from.
People have been hurt and some people have nearly died, like because of their actions. Like children have nearly died. This isn't acceptable. So yeah. Yep. It's pretty fucked. But anyway, on a good note, so we get back to the thick of things. You've already been back at work anyway for a little bit now, haven't you?
For a week, yeah.
Yeah. So yes. Now I just need to find someone to stream into. Oh, I've streamed into you before. You're boring. Interesting. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. It was a bit of a all over the place sort of stream today. Good podcast,
Just
I think.
nothing out of the ordinary for us.
No, not really. Probably made some comments that someone will fucking clip and make me look like a bad guy, but you know what? I'm not going to do a public apology because fuck you. So I hope you have a good day and night, depending you are in the world. Thank you very much for watching. We're going to rate into this person that I have no idea who they are, but it's always fun. At least they speak English by the looks of it. So that's always a plus.
Yeah, well, I remember that Russian girl we rated in on once, and she was talking about cheese, and she was just nothing but cheese.
Yeah, that was weird, but it was kind of,
yeah.
It was funny. But we will see you next time. Thank you very much for tuning in again. I will upload this on the... There we go, it worked. I'll upload this pretty much today. And yeah, thank you so much again, and thank you, Spliffy, for coming on as always as my co-host.
As always.
Otherwise, it'd be a really boring podcast, just me talking to myself. All right, I'll catch us all later. See you next time. Bye.
See ya.